Another weekend and another winter storm expected to impact the Granite State later on this evening and into the day on Sunday. Out ahead of it, quiet weather and comfortably cool out there today. But then later on this evening, a snowy start to this system for all of us. And by tomorrow, parts of central and southern New Hampshire will be seeing an icy mix of sleet and freezing rain. There will likely be a flip back to snow over northern New Hampshire by late tomorrow afternoon and tomorrow night. But for the second half of the weekend, we are looking ahead to difficult travel statewide with the snow and the freezing rain creating very slick conditions. And then on top of that, parts of the state may even see some scattered power outages, especially south, where I think icing is a bigger concern. All of the state under a winter storm warning through late tomorrow night. This is the system taking shape to our south and west over parts of the Ohio Valley, and this will be spreading northward over the next several hours. Out ahead of the system, if you have any errands to run today, no issues out on the roadways. It is dry underneath mostly cloudy skies, but by the evening, some light snow will start to break out. And then overnight and through much of tomorrow, it's high travel impacts due to weather with a combination of at times heavy snow, as well as that chance for sleet and freezing rain. Temperatures starting off in the single numbers and teens this morning. We wind up in the 20s this afternoon. It is mostly cloudy through about dinner time tonight. That's when the snow takes over from southwest to northeast. And you can see that here on Futurecast. Watch as the blue colors start to shift northward later on this evening. By midnight and beyond, it's a steady snow for much of central and southern New Hampshire, and even northern zones start to get in on their first flakes close to midnight. Tomorrow morning, it is still snowing across much of the area, but watch at the bottom of your screen these pink colors starting to spread northward by 8, 9, 10 o'clock tomorrow morning. That is some warmer air trying to punch in a few thousand feet above our heads, and that will help to melt snowflakes into raindrops. But down at the ground level, it's still below freezing, so those raindrops will start to refreeze into these little balls of ice that we call sleet. And eventually that layer of warm air thickens above our heads so that instead of sleet, it's raindrops hitting the ground. And remember, the surface all day tomorrow below freezing. So that's where we have the chance for freezing rain and those raindrops to create that icy glaze across southern parts of the state. Sleet should get about as far north as the White Mountains by early afternoon tomorrow. The Great North Woods likely to stay mostly, if not entirely, snow out of this system. But again, where you see these pink and blue colors, still some significant travel impacts on the way through late tomorrow. And then the storm starts to wind down tomorrow evening, though likely some steady light snow will linger across northern parts of the state into the wee hours of Monday morning. Much of southern New Hampshire looking at about a 4 to 8 inch snowfall, and this extends right up through the 93 corridor into the Lakes region. But for the higher terrain, say right along Route 9 in the Monadnocks up to Lake Sunapee, Plymouth, the Mount Washington Valley, all points north and northwest, it's looking to be an 8 to 14 inch snowfall. If we see a change over to sleet a little bit earlier, we likely wind up on the lower end of these totals. But if we hang on to snow a bit longer, it's possible we wind up on the higher end of those totals. And then, as mentioned, there could be a period of some icing in southern parts of the state, especially away from the 95 corridor and the immediate coastline.